At me in here for IrishBoxing.com. Graham, you're ready. Regardless
So,
of a flight being delayed and whatever else, it's not bothering you, how are you?
no, it's not bad of me, man. Listen, like, you put us on an early flight, you know what I mean? We have to get the bus up from Limerick to Dublin at like 1:30 in the morning. But we're flying all night. Listen, these are the things they try doing, they try and put you off. It doesn't bother me, man. Either way, Saturday night, I've one job to do. I don't care how long I'm up tonight. It doesn't bother me. I sleep tomorrow, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Let me know how training has been going so far for this clash. The British Boxing Board
Oh,
Celtic Super Middleweight title at stake against Darren Johnstone.
yeah, it's been going unbelievable, but I feel fucking great, man. I feel better than I did in my last camp. You know what I mean? My last camp was my best performance, so I feel like I've upped to the level this camp. Me and Sean have a great understanding of each other, and we trained a lot smarter in the last camp and in this camp than we did previous. You know what I mean? We don't spar as much as we used to. We don't we trust the main thing is just staying injury free, man. You know what I mean? Especially the older I've gotten, it's training smarter, man, and it's benefited me massively.
Um,
Obviously, big shout to my physio, Craig Redden is a great physio and he keeps me in good nick, like my body in good nick. But just changing the training that we've done this camp and the last camp has really, really upped things for me, man.
was the McCarthy fight really supposed to be the last dance, or did that kind of change last minute?
I just answered the questions there, like I said to me. I think Johnny said to me, I answered them there a minute ago. But like, look, for me at this stage of my career, I don't look past any fight, man. Any fight could be
Yeah.
my last fight. You know what I mean? Like every fight at this stage of my career is a big fight. This is a huge fight. You know what I mean? So I can't look past this fight.
Yeah.
Same with the Craig McCarthy fight. So any fight could be the last dance. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
love boxing. If I had my way, I'd fight forever, man. But unfortunately, you can't. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but right now, I feel brilliant. You know what I mean? I'm not looking at anything as my last fight. I'm not looking at this as my last fight. I'm just focused on Saturday night and this as a fight. You know what I mean? I'm not
Yeah.
focused on anything else right now. Just a fight on hand that I have to focus on Saturday.
Well, I thought that the immediate thought after the Craig McCarthy fight was, what did you really want to go again, or did you kind of give a bit of time to it, Graham, and you gave like a thought that you actually had time to think about it?
Man, I wanted to go again the next day. I fucking love fighting, man. I fucking love this game, bro. No, look, I mean, I sat down with my wife, you know what I mean, and my team, of course, because like life is very busy, you know what I mean. I'm a wife and kids, and life isn't as easy as it was 6, 7 years ago, But we were happy to move on for it, and we got this offer, and it's a huge opportunity, man. You know what I mean? It's a British Boxing Motor Control Celtic title. It gives you a European ranking, man. It
Hmm.
sets up huge fights for me, man. Do you know what I mean? So, like, for me, this is a massive opportunity. It's the biggest fight of my life now, man. This is realistically the biggest fight of my life, and I've taken that approach in this camp that it's the biggest fight of my life. I've completely locked myself away these last 10 weeks. I haven't seen anybody. I've just been living in the gym, but I've been living in the gym 2, 3 times every single day. I was trying to spend a bit of time with my wife and kids when I can, but it's very rare that I can spend time with them.
Like in terms of like being locked away, is it like are you over to the treaty gym as well, and then over to your own gym and
Yeah, 3D gym. Then I go to my own gym. Then I have a gym up the back of my house I'm training. So like it's non-stop training, bro. Like shout out to Grove Island and to Functional Fitness, two gyms that sponsor me. You know what I mean? The other gyms I train in. And obviously the 3D boxing gym as well. I train in with Sean. And we also train in base camp as well, is where we do a lot of boxing now as well.
yeah.
So look, I've just been locked away, man. I know people go away sometimes from home for camp, but for me, I might as well have been away from home because I've just been in the gym every like any chance I get. I'm trying to rest and relax in between, and then train again.
Mm. The last time that you went away, where you were supposed to go away, was against Kieran Getting. Obviously, that didn't happen. It was supposed to happen twice. That didn't happen. Did it kind of excite you that when it was confirmed that you could actually go away this time and you could fight away?
Yeah, it's very exciting, man. You know what I mean? Like at this stage of my career, like these fights are very exciting. Like everyone knows me, man. I fight absolutely anybody. I don't fear anyone, and I always wanted the biggest fights possible. This is the biggest fight possible for me right now. You know what I mean? It's a huge fight. So like I'm very excited about it. And I have like when I heard it first, I'm very excited about it. We actually got offered this fight. I think it was last year, maybe sometime. And we couldn't take because we were in camp for another fight. So but like Darren Johnson is a good fighter, and I don't think he's not a good fighter by any chance, but I'm a better fighter. And
Yeah.
I know for a fact I'm gonna get the win over here Saturday. So it's very, very exciting, man. And it's like I'm 38 years of age. After last year, man, with the draw in the last leader in the first round, like people said I was finished, man, you know? And
Hmm.
like that was hard for me to come back from that because I said it the other day doing an interview with Marty on boxing tickets. I know you like I had a lot of stuff going on outside of boxing at that time, and I didn't have 100% focus on boxing. You know what I mean? And no one's fault but my own. Like, but when there's stuff going on outside, you know, you try and cloud it out and stuff like that, but subconsciously you don't. You know, and there was a lot of stuff going on for me and my wife and our family, and I just wasn't fully committed to boxing, man. I wasn't fully committed to training. I wasn't fully committed to boxing because we had so much stuff going on. And you know, those that my performances spoke for that, you know what I mean? And after I lost the litter, I sat down with myself more than anything and I said, do I want this anymore? You know what I mean? Can I get myself back to that guy like that I know I can be? And I said to myself, if I can do it, then I'll keep doing it. And I did that for the McCarthy fight. I went out and put on the best performance of my career without a shadow of a doubt. And I've done the same this camp. You know what I mean? When I'm fully focused, and I'm 100%, which I am, I know I can beat anybody, man. I can give anybody a hard night's work. And Saturday night, Darren Johnstone will see that.
What do you see in Darren Johnson that you could possibly break down and expose?
He's a very tall fighter, man. He's rangy, you know what I mean? I don't think he really uses range, but if he is watching this video and he does use range, I don't give a fuck if he uses range or not. He's not going to be able to keep me off him for 10 rounds, but you know what I mean? What I will say is it's going to be a very exciting fight because he's a come forward fighter. I'm a come forward fighter. But I just feel like he's catching me at the wrong time. I'm in the prime of my life right now. I feel absolutely unbelievable. I've had unbelievable sparring in the gym. The best sparring I've probably had in years. All my sparring partners that I've sparred them a lot of previous times, said, Graham, we've never seen you as good. So look, everything is just falling into place for me, man. This camp, it's went smoothly, you know. Shout out my nutritionist, Liam Williams, as well, and Noel Bowen, my strength coach, all these guys to help out, you know what I mean? But the biggest shout out to Sean, man, because he pushed me really hard this camp, you know what I mean? And hard and clever, where we didn't have to worry about injuries or anything like that, you know? So, like, we've done everything we needed to do. We've ticked all the boxes. You know, all the hard work is done. We haven't left, there's no stone left unturned. We're ready to rock now Saturday night. But I'm excited about this fight, man. You know, I love fighting, man, and I'm ready to rock here Saturday. Whatever he brings to the table, I'm ready for it.
Can you give a little insight into the camp over the past 10 weeks? What's been going on behind closed doors with you and Sean and the whole team? What have you been doing?
Yeah, just like a lot of pad work, you know what I mean? Working obviously on the game plan, but a lot of conditioning work, man. A lot of training, a lot of fitness work, you know what I mean? A lot of fucking really good work to get my condition level up more than it already is, you know, because I'm always a fit guy, you know what I mean? But
Mm.
I get heavy outside the camp and stuff like, but up at super middleweight, it suits me better. I don't have to kill myself to make weight. I'm lying down here, chilling out here now, doing an interview with you. I'm now 16 or 18 hours away from a weigh-in. I'm not that far off the weight, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm a bit chunkier, super middleweight, but it's easier for me to make the weight, you know what I mean? So I'm comfortable up here. I feel very, very strong up here. And that's what we focused on the last 10 weeks was just the conditioning level that we need to be at to bring the pain here for 10 rounds, you know what I mean? Non-stop action for 10 rounds. That's what we're coming over here for, bud, you know? We're not coming over here to fucking tippy tap for 10 rounds. I'm coming over here for 10 rounds of absolute action, like, you know what I mean?
Um, do we see this fight going to 10 rounds, or does it go? It does not go inside the distance.
In my head, I can get him out of there. You know what I mean? In my head, I can get him out of there. And that's what I'm going over there to do. You know? I'm going to box behind the jab and I'm going to win the fight. If the KO comes, which I'm 95% sure it's going to come, I will be taking it.
Hmm.
I hit
Good.
hard, man. You know what I mean? I hit hard. It's just sometimes I've went in rushing and not picked my shots properly and stuff like that. And I think you've seen in my last fight, when I picked the punches, I packed a pretty good punch, you know what I mean? And my sparring partners, I'm sure, could say the same, you know? So look, I'm looking forward to going over here and on Saturday night and show them what I'm about.
Would there be a big
I've
Limerick
nothing,
army
I've
coming
nothing
with
to
you?
lose here. Huh?
Huh? Would there be a
What's
big
that?
Limerick army coming with you?
You know what, boy? There isn't a massive crowd coming, but there is a few coming over for the Celtic stuff, and they're all coming to the
Yeah.
fight. So there isn't a massive crowd. I didn't put massive pressure on me selling tickets over here, bud, because for me, this is just a job for me to go over here now, and I have to get this win here so I can have bigger nights for my people back here in Ireland. You know what I mean?
I'm looking at the rankings here in my notes. Was there any? Is that domestic scene still a lick for you, Graham? Do you still want that, or we've seen a lot of big shows being planned for the summertime. Galway with June, in Pearse Stadium, which is great to see, especially for myself. Obviously, the Galway pride I have. Would you like a lick of that, Graham?
But I don't get. I'll fight anyone, man. I'll fight anyone. You know what I mean? Like, make as long as it makes sense financially, and if we can get a belt on the line, I will fight fucking anybody. I don't care. I love fighting. I love training. I love the whole lot. But it has to make sense at this stage of my career, man. These fights have to make sense for me, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not fighting for free anymore. You know what I mean? It's that fucking simple. Like, like financially, they have to make sense. And I want to win as many belts as I can. I don't have forever left in this game. You know what I mean? You have to be realistic too. I'm 38 years of age.
Mm.
Well, like, I'm really enjoying this time of my life. I feel like these last two camps have been the best two camps I've done since my
Mm.
very early days as a professional fighter. So look, how long can I prolong it for? Who knows? You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I'm ready to fight anyone, whoever, whenever. I'm just focused on Saturday night. After that, who fucking knows?
Yeah. After, let's say I came to you after your fight in the change room and I said, Graham, it's all done now. You're done. Would you relive your boxing career all over again if you had to? Every single fight, every single cut, every single punch, everything. Would you do it again?
Yeah, man, 100%. This career, I mean, helped me change my life. I live a great life today, man, and boxing is a massive part of that. You know what I mean? Yeah, being clean and sober, my recovery is part of that. But in boxing, I know that I stay clean and sober to start. So boxing helped save my life, man. You know what I mean? It really did change my life. I have a great life today, man. You know what I mean? I have an unbelievable life. Boxing goes in the morning, it goes in the morning. My life is still my life. You know what I mean? My wife, my kids are healthy. We have a roof over our head. We have everything we need. And that's what boxing done for me, man. Remember, like, I come from a fucking life of crime and homelessness and fucking, I ended up destroyed from drinking drugs. My life was destroyed and people said I was going to end up dead or back in jail. And that's not the way my life is, man. My life is absolutely unbelievable. And boxing is a massive part of that. And if I didn't have boxing, I don't know what I've had. My life wouldn't have turned out the way it did. So I'm truly grateful for that. So I would have lived every single moment of it, man. I'm truly grateful for the career I have,
Mm.
for the life I've given my boys now. My son there's coming through, and he's going to be, everyone knows how good he is. And so
Mm.
look, I've created a great life for my boys now as well. So yeah, I'm very grateful for the career I've had, bud. Like I said, people said I wouldn't win a pro fight. Here I am, fucking 14, 15 fights in, 10 wins, fought on TV a few times, won a title, about to win a second title.
Yeah.
So say what you want, but I've done everything I said I'd do and more in
Mm.
this boxing game.
Like you've fought on Matchroom before, you've fought in Pro Box before. Obviously, you won a title. You've had a few domestic clashes. So like you've done everything.
I've done everything, bud. Everything I said I do, I've done it.
Yeah.
All the rest of the bonus, bro. You know what I mean? I'm really enjoying boxing. Like, I'll be honest, man. I feel like I'm in love with boxing again. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because, last year we had so much stuff going on. I just wasn't enjoying boxing, bro, because there was so much stuff going on. And I know, and that's just how life goes. Unfortunately, that's life. Everybody has stuff going on in life. That's the way it is. You know what I mean? Nobody, no, that's just life. So, we get on with it. We move on and we do what we have to do to get through the hard times and we enjoy the better times. And these are the better times. And, on Saturday night, I promise I will be enjoying it because I will be taking that belt home to Limerick on Saturday night.
Will you soak in every second of that walkout? With you, Graham, it's kind of you soak in every bit of fight week, but obviously fight week is a way into more than a fight. On Saturday night, but will you be soaking in that walkout and everything else to do in between?
Yeah, of course I will, man. It's just, me and my young fella walk out like we always do, you know what I mean? And, we go to the ring and we'll get ready and we'll go and have a war, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm about. I've never lied about what I am or who I am or what way I carry myself. That's why I carry myself. And, it's going to be the same on Saturday night. We'll walk out that ring, heads held high, and we'll get in there and we'll have a fucking rock, you know what I mean? And I can't wait for it, but.
Just on another thing, Fisher against Allen is this Saturday night in your in the what's it called in the Copper Bosch or the Copper
Yeah.
Bosch the Copper Bosch. Obviously George Ledard, you fought him
Yeah,
before,
yeah.
but the main event, who do you think comes out of that one?
I like. I thought Dave Allen won the last one for me in my eyes. You know what I mean? I'd like to see Dave Allen get it, man. I like Fisher as well. I think he's a nice guy. They're both good guys. You don't want to see any of them lose, but I'd like to see Dave Allen get it over the way the last one went.
Yeah.
And George Lillard's fighting as well. I still speak to George, so best of luck to George Lillard the weekend as well. But yeah, I'm hoping Dave Allen wins it, but.
Just if I can ask, what was it like fighting George Ledard?
Somebody
Yeah.
felt like I got hit by two guys.
Uh,
He's a great fighter, man. He's a very good kid. Never got hit as hard in my life. Never got hit as hard in my life as
was it a bit of a
when I was
shock though
fighting.
when that punch came, if you get me? Was it?
Yeah, yeah, 100%, man. I never got hit that hard in my life. I'm a hardy dude, man. I've been in many fights in the ring, on the road. Just fucking big puncher, man. Very, very big puncher.
Graham, on that note, three singular words, final question, three singular words that we can expect from Graham McCormack Saturday night against Darren Johnstone for the British Boxing Board of Control, Celtic Super Middleweight.
And the new, baby. Giddy up, I said. Up Limerick City. A new title back to Limerick. That's what's going to happen Saturday night. No ifs and buts about it.
Graham, on that note, really appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Thanks, pal.